Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Okie Podcast. This is the first episode of this podcast, and today I have a very special guest. My first guest, he is Riker Six Killer. This man is a actor, stuntman, writer, cinematographer. The list can go on, and I'm very appreciative that he came today, and I'm very thankful that he wanted to be on this podcast. So...
That's a hell of an intro. Appreciate it, man. CEO Taputo Willie Riker Six Killer. So hello, my name is Willie. That's my Cherokee name. Yeah, Riker Six Killer. My name. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Once you reach out to me, I'm always down to help out people that's trying to start something.
Yeah.
And for you to start something and reach out, it just shows that you really want this to get going and committed to it. So hell yeah.
I'm trying. So Riker, if you just, give us a little more about who you are and, your journey and.
And the journey is a long story. I mean, let's see. If you want to start from the beginning, born in Tahlequah, raised in Wahilla. It's a small community in about forever miles in the woods and the dirt. I'm an actor. Yeah, I've been professionally acting since 2014, but I mean, I've been performing since I was a little kid. I always did musicals, plays, drama class, etc. And then in high school, I kind of got started with YouTube because I was in media production, and I had to make some videos for class, and my instructor didn't like them too much. He scrapped a lot of my skits because they're not appropriate for school. And so I met this one guy, and he did YouTube videos, and that's when we kind of linked up and kind of got started. And we got noticed by someone, and they offered us to do a PSA for $5,000. So we're like, dude, maybe we should actually take this serious. And that's kind of where it started as far as my introduction to the film industry. And then from there on, I've been just jumping around from gig to gig, trying to learn as much as I could. Start picking up odd jobs, doing grip work. Then I started doing some cinematography for Buffalo Nickel Creative. Also doing some writing for them and editing for films. So, I can go more in depth with all these things.
Wow.
But
Holy crap, man.
yeah, I've been very, very, very fortunate with the work that I've done, but it's not from lack of trying, Mm-hmm. I've definitely put in a lot of hard work and gotten hurt on some things just to get my foot in the door.
Wow. So when did you decide to, let's see. You made the PSA, the 5,000?
Yeah.
When was that?
Let's see. I believe I was 20 years old. 20, yeah. Because I did my first professional gig when I was like 19. So I guess I actually professionally started acting when I was 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. When I was 19, I was just an extra for this movie called Cherokee Word for Water, which I think is a really odd name because Cherokee Word for Water is Alma. So I don't know why they wouldn't have just gone for that. But anyway, so yeah, I was about 19 or 20 years old, so it was about 2012 when we did that PSA.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow, you've been around, 2012, dang.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah, and a lot of my stuff was, I wish I would have gone to school, taken some classes, and learned it that way. But, I didn't know what I was doing when I first started out, so, just basically anytime I saw an opportunity, I jumped on it, and there's a couple times where I lied and said I had experience when I really had no idea what I was doing and was just learning on the go. And that's kind of how I got my foot into the door, is just not missing out on an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone is wondering how to get into it, I'd recommend going to school and learning the ins and outs of the business, like what each position on a set is, and what they do, and just everything really as far as an actor needs to know as far as the business and the methods and techniques that go into it and the art.
Mm-hmm. So did you start... Well, hold on. Are you still doing stunts too?
Yeah, actually, There's a couple of movies that are coming out. I did 2 summers ago. One just released a trailer. I got to see the premiere of. Okay, so the movies are Adventures of Rufus, the Fantastic Pet. It's a Disney movie. It's on Disney now, I believe you can watch it.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of where I got like a major step up because I was just casted as a security guard. And I had like one line, and all I was going to do is get zapped by magic, and that's it. But when I got on set, I was talking to the director, I was looking at the set, and I saw they had some stunt mats. I was like, oh shit. It's like, all right, I'm going to make this look epic. And so I was like, I'm going to get zapped by magic. So I hit up the director and the writer and the producer, and we were all on set. And I was like, hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but I was like, I do stunts, and I showed them my fight reel and my stunt reel, which was like on a bunch of smaller projects. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, that's pretty dope. And they're really impressed by it. And I was like, do you mind if I make this magic zap look crazy? And like, what do you mean? And I was like, I'd like to fly up in the air and fall and hit the ground. And they're like, you're willing to do that? I was like, yeah. And so they actually let me control the set for that. They let me position everything. They let me choreograph the whole stunt. They let me direct the actors for a minute. And so the leads, it was 3 leads. And once he came by, he zapped me. And I jumped as high and far back as I could, fell on my back onto those mats. And I did it over and over and over with a positive attitude, of course. And they're just like, that looks fucking crazy. And then when it premiered, they it just looked really good. Everyone flipped out. Everyone talked to me about how well it looked. And from doing that, that's when the director and the producer really liked me. And then they made sure that I was in their next movie, which is called Dinosaur World. And that's a Chinese movie that was shot here in Oklahoma, or majority of it was shot here in Oklahoma. And the trailer just dropped the other day, and from what I was told, it's trending #1 in China right now. Oh, wow. But have you seen Kung Fu Hustle?
Yeah.
Okay, you know the young master, the one with the legs?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, I got to fight him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to choreograph the fight and perform with him. And he had a lot of respect for me because we're filming on like the shore of a lake, which is, around here, lakes are not sandy beaches or anything like that. It's rocks. Mm-hmm. And so I had to choreograph that, and like I was falling, hitting things and whatnot. And he accidentally hit me a few times. And I don't know if anyone knows, but he's like a 32nd Shaolin monk. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Wow. But yeah, he's legit. Mm-hmm. And so and he couldn't speak any English, so he had a translator. So when I was choreographing this with him, like I was speaking to his translator, and his translator talked to him, then he talked to his translator, and translator talked to me. It's very, very different, very odd. But he was just a wonderful person to work with. Mm-hmm. I have so much respect for him. And I haven't seen it yet. The movie has not dropped. We haven't done a premiere or anything. But from what everyone's been telling me, like I've been getting some of the producers hitting me up, and the director and writers, and they're telling me like, dude, this looks dope. This fight scene is gonna steal it. Damn. And so I was very, very blessed to do that. And like I said, I like to go all out on my stuff. Mm-hmm. I couldn't walk for about 2 weeks after that. Man. From hitting those rocks, rolling, falling down. And I'll tell you off the air, but like how it ends. I can't tell it right now. I'll get in trouble. No, but I'm excited for that one. That one's definitely gonna create some more opportunities for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Chinese producer, his name is Frank. He after we did that shoot that day, he came up to me and said that he wants me to be in more stuff with him. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he keeps his word. Hopefully this blossoms to something bigger.
Wow, I'm sure it will. Holy crap, man!
Yeah, dang. So that's definitely my biggest gig so far.
Biggest one?
Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good role in it. I was there for 2 weeks shooting, 3 locations, and like anytime I could, I would do some stunts. Like one of the opening scenes of this, the Dinosaur World. I'm sorry, I'm skipping all over the place, but Dinosaur World is a movie about these contestants all playing games. Mm-hmm. They come into this facility and they play a virtual reality game. So we're all sitting in the same room, put this headset on and all this gear, and then we're in this game, and it's like real life. We feel everything, we see everything, move around, run, etc. And so one of the opening scenes to that game is we're in a circle in the woods or in the jungle, and this fucking pterodactyl comes flying in and starts taking people. And we're just supposed to be running and getting our gear and taking off. That's it. But I was looking at where the camera was, the placement, and then I was timing everyone's like A and B marks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, all right. It's like, when that girl runs right there, I was like, I know I need to run straight right there, and that's where the camera's going to be pointing. And so once that hit, I took off running. I saw the bag, and I dove and rolled, did a flip, and caught the bag and took off. And no one noticed it until they played it back. And they're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? And then everyone was like, dude, it's like, will you do that again? I was like, hell yeah. And so like I was just doing stuff like that. Anytime I could, I was being way too extra.
Wow. Holy crap. Yeah.
got another guest here.
Yeah. Our dog has entered the room. She's very nosy. Still sniffing on Riker.
Yeah.
Wants more treats, I guess.
Smelling my dogs, looking for treats.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, every set is similar and different at the same time, you know. And like I said, anytime there's an opportunity for me to shine and doing something like that, I'd definitely go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not afraid to ask if I can do something, and not afraid to do it as well, because there's been a couple times before where I'd leave a set, like it would be a small role, and I'd leave a set and be like, man, I should have done more. I should have done this, and so that's how I go at it now.
Wow. So the choreographing of the fight. So have you done like martial arts or anything?
No, I mean, I did boxing for a couple of years, and then I did wrestling, and mainly I just learned from watching movies. Like that's how like I got started with doing YouTube videos with my friend, is because he taught himself some like Taekwondo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he ever really got training. I think he just like started doing it on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And he loved movies. He loved action movies and he loved comedy. I loved action movies and I love comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we started doing videos together, the first thing we did was we made an action video with a lot of comedy. It was slapstick comedy with a bunch of action.
Mm-hmm.
And from there on, we just kind of took off. And like a few of our videos got like over 4 million views.
Whoa.
And so that's kind of why we started, is that we had love for action and comedy. It just, I don't know, we loved doing it. Had fun, and then we just started getting a lot of views, and then we started getting some fans, and it was just pretty wild, because this is when YouTube was like kind of really taking off.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish we would have stuck with it, because we probably could have been doing that, just the YouTube channel by itself and making some money right now. But we were kids, and we weren't thinking like that. We were just having fun.
When did you start that? When did you guys start doing that?
It was in 2009.
2009?
Yeah. And like I said, some of the videos got over like 4 million views.
Damn.
So we definitely had a good following. And he still has the channel up now. I think all he does is just music now. I don't know if he does any skits anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But when I left the group, it was at like 26,000 subscribers, something like that.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Could have grew.
Yeah, and that was on us. Like, we took breaks. We'd film like for a few months, getting views, getting more fans, and we should have just kept building off that. But then we just hit like some phases where we stopped, and then we tried to kickstart it back up, and then we started noticing the decline of our views. Like, it used to, like, we'd post the video, and like within an hour or 2 hours, it'd be like 1,000 views already. And then it got to where, after we did that whole stop and go a couple times, it got to where we post a video and it'd be like 2 weeks before we hit 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were just like, damn, we kind of lost some motivation. And then that's when I kind of went my route in doing more professional work, and he kind of stayed and just wanted to do his own thing,
Mm-hmm. You guys still talk?
No, not really. We kind of had a little bit of a falling out. Just kind of, I mean, there's no bad blood between us or anything like that. We just started doing our own thing.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Just go your separate way.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, I mean, still hope the best for him. Hope he's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think he is doing really well. But yeah, we just haven't talked. I've had some like bad experiences as far as like climate and hours and whatnot, but those are trumped by the overall experience of being on a set. Like, have you heard of American Gods?
Sounds familiar.
It's
Sounds
on
familiar.
HBO.
American Gods.
It's
Oh yeah. I know what it is.
I was on the first episode of the first season on that.
Really?
Yeah, it was a prison guard. You have to squint to see me, basically. But anyway, so they put me in a hotel in McAllister. They shot in actual prison in McAllister, which is really fucking cool. It's weird. And so I got all decked out in, the prison guard gear. And we get in there, and it's in the middle of the summer. Like in Oklahoma, June, July, temperatures get really freaking hot.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're on the court, this concrete court, and we're surrounded by these brick walls, and the sun is just beating down right there. So it's like it feels like we're in a hot box, like an oven or something. And I'm just sitting there with like 4 layers on of shirts, a couple layers of pants, boots, hat. So, yeah, and it was, we filmed for maybe like 19 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it wasn't like 1 hour of shooting this and move on to the next. It was like maybe 7 to 8 hours shooting this one scene where they say maybe 3 lines.
Good Lord.
And then we move on to the inside. The sun's finally starting to go down a little bit, and we think, okay, it's going to get cooler. Now we go inside where the heat is just stuck in there. And there's no AC because it'll mess up with the sound. And like I'm like so dehydrated. I'm down in water, like after water. I'm still like dehydrated. I'm not able to keep up with the amount of water I'm losing. And they had me in this little center box. I want to say it's like somewhere where they used to eat. It was an old lunchroom. They had like this little center, this island part where I guess someone could sit inside of a box and monitor everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that felt like the hottest part for me. And they put me in there, and they're like, it's gonna be good extra camera time. We're gonna be able to see your face and stuff. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I was like, I'm down. And so I went in there, and I was like, oh my god, it's fucking hot. It felt like there was no air at all. I thought I was breathing my own air.
Oh my god.
And then so after every take, I would like open that door up and stick my head out, get a water, and they're like, Rocky, get back in there. I was like, oh god. I get back in there, and then God, what time did we wrap? It was late when we wrapped. We got there at like 4 a.m. And honestly, I could not tell you when we wrapped. But yeah, by the time we wrapped, I was like, I'm going home. Dude, you gonna stay in the hotel? I was like, nah, I'm going home, man. It's like I'm so tired. I'm beat. And some of the other actors, they're like, Rocky, you wanna take a picture? I was like, nah, I'm getting this shit off of me. So I just started stripping that stuff off. But I got to talk to the lead. His name is Ricky. I can't think of his last name, but he's the lead of that show. And like during lunch, the lunchroom was completely packed. And so I went kind of around the corner, and keep in mind, this prison, the one that we're in, was like an abandoned one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new prison like connected to it. So we're in the old prison. And so we were able to see the new prison. It's like literally right there. And so I went around the corner, I could see it, and then I hear this guy, he's like, hey man, can I sit with you? And I was like, sure. And I see him, I was like, oh shit, it's the fucking lead actor. I was like, all right. And so we just started talking, and then mainly we just talking about the prisoners, like right across. He's like, man, so bro, look at that. He's like, they're right there. He's like, murderers, rapists. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty wild, dude. I was like, can you imagine if one of them just fucking broke out? And we were just joking around about that shit. And then, I wasn't going to press him about anything about acting because I'm sure he got enough of it. But sure enough, there's some extras that came over, and they did that. Like, what's it like in Hollywood? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go that way. And I was like, fuck, guys.
C block.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a
man.
really cool guy. He's really genuine. Yeah, like I say, he was willing to talk to anyone. I mean, he just came up to me and asked if he can sit down. And so we did. We just had a conversation.
How was COVID like
Affected
with
the
acting?
filming?
Yeah, like with acting and everything for you.
Well, it did put a halt to a couple films I was supposed to be on last year, but towards the end of the year it picked back up. Like I got casted as Samson for this biblical series called The Spoken Gospel, and so what they've done is they'll have a few actors in this huge like classroom type of thing. Mm-hmm. So they have like room A, B, and C, and so they'll put you with a few other actors and make sure it's spread apart. and then when they're ready for you to go into makeup and whatnot, they'll do it one at a time, so the makeup artist isn't surrounded by a lot of actors.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, like when we're on set, it's like if you're not in front of the camera, keep your mask on, keep your distance. And they tested everyone before we even entered the facility, so that was pretty cool on their part.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure everyone was safe. But I mean, yeah, like I said, it slowed it down for a while, but then it started picking back up, and it's just kind of like going into full motion again.
Mm-hmm.
Just everyone's being a little cautious. But there's some sets where I felt like people were not being as cautious, and I still keep my distance from everyone, but
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Here in Oklahoma, it's hard to kind of keep that, like you're like ahead of everybody, I guess, because people around here, they don't want to wear the mask. And,
yeah, no, they act like it's a big inconvenience.
yeah, it sucks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's people in my tribe, I'm sure your tribe too, that are passing away from all this, and it's sad, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad, and
fortunately, I haven't lost anyone close to me, but I had a few family members who got ridiculously sick.
Yeah.
To where it started getting concerning. Like we had to prepare for the worst. My great aunt, she got it, and she got it. Like she was one of the first people in around Stillwell to get it when COVID first came about in Oklahoma, and she still to this day has she can barely breathe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely had an impact, but just thankful that none of my close relatives or family members or friends have passed away. Of course, I've had some friends who had close friends pass away, and some family members who passed away, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah. So wear your mask, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wash
Social
them
distance.
hands.
Wash your hands. Use sanitizer. Stay safe out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you write?
Yeah, I've been writing for a while, and definitely been getting better. But for Buffalo Nickel Creative, I do two kinds of writing. Like one of them is like when we film a mini doc, we interview some people, and then we get some B-roll, of course, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm putting it together, I've got to create a story out of all these people's interviews. So they're talking about like protecting. Like just say they're talking about COVID and what they're doing to protect their community elders, etc., and what they think should happen, etc. So we have like 4 or 5 people talking, doing interviews, and then I had to make it like a 1-minute video. So I'll take something out of what everyone says and create a story out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one type of writing that I do. Another I do, I write short films, and I'm trying to work on a feature right now, but one of my short films I wrote has just got filmed in November, and we got to do some pickup shots here pretty soon. But yeah, I do some fictional writing as well.
And then what's Buffalo Nickel?
Yeah, Buffalo Nickel Creative.
What is that?
It's a media company. We do like design for logos. Mainly, we're doing video work. Let's see, one of the things we did. Wes Studi, he got the Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do the video for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he accepted the award.
Oh, wow.
So we went around to all the people who know him. So we interviewed Michael Mann, who directed Last of the Mohicans.
Mm-hmm.
And he directed a few other movies too, like some extraordinary movies. And then I cannot remember his name, but he directed Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
We interviewed him. We interviewed Kevin Costner. Interviewed Wes Studi's mom, and a few other people. Jason Momoa, he was in it as well. So we interviewed them, and then created a story out of that. And, created a script, and then put some of his some clips from his best movies, or from all of his movies actually, and shot some B-roll around where he grew up and whatnot. So yeah, that's the type of stuff that we do.
Damn.
And you might see some of the billboards that the company have made. It's called OakTep. It's Diabetes is Not Our Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll see those around. I've seen them in Tulsa. I've seen them literally all over Oklahoma and in Arkansas as well.
Is this in Tulsa, or where is this based out of?
In Pawhuska.
Pawhuska?
Yeah.
Oh.
Osage Nation Reservation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang. So you drove here from there?
No, I live in Dewar now.
Oh, okay.
On the other side of Okmulgee. Yeah,
Cool.
I used to live in Tulsa, and then I moved to Bartlesville to be closer to work, and then COVID happened, so we just work from home, and then now I live in Dewar because we're starting to travel again. We just actually got back from like a week trip. We went to New Mexico, and then Colorado, and then South Dakota, and then back down here. But yeah, so I moved to Dewar so that I could have a baby. I gotta have a son now, and so I need a babysitter when I'm gone, and so yeah, I had to move closer to family.
Gotcha. Wow. How long you been at Buffalo Nickel?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, been there 3 years. Yeah, I love it, man. They've given me so many opportunities, and like I've been able to grow so much with film in the film industry. Like I have so much more knowledge now because of them. I don't know, I've just gotten a lot better with cinematography and with writing and with acting because I also do acting for them as well.
Oh yeah.
Because some clients want us to write like a COVID PSA script, and so I'll write it out, and then they need actors, and so it'll just be within the company and be me and a few other employees who are acting it out.
Nice.
Yeah. So we really get to do just about everything in at Buffalo Nickel. And our bosses definitely open the door for all of us and give us a lot of opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Have you done it? Is that the I guess like Native American projects? Is that?
Yeah, the company's strictly indigenous based. Well, I wouldn't say straight. It's about 99% of our stuff is indigenous based.
Mm-hmm.
Like was it 2019? Yeah, I was able to go to 19 different reservations, and the majority of those were in Oregon. Well, majority of them were in Oregon. There's 11 reservations in Oregon, and we did a campaign for them about not using tobacco commercially, but traditionally, keeping it traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did a campaign for them. We shot a bunch of videos, made a bunch of videos for them, did a bunch of design for them, and so yeah.
Whoa, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
I get to travel all over the place, and so that's just one of the things I really love about my job.
Yeah, you said you were traveling all over whenever I messaged you.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you about to head out to now?
What is our next trip? We're gonna go back to Colorado to film at the Southern Ute Reservation some more, and we're gonna get something else. I cannot remember, but from what I've been told from my bosses, we're about to get another contract, and it's gonna require me and 2 other employees to be on the road for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna be filming, driving, filming, driving, filming, driving.
Dang, how long is that gonna be?
I have no idea. They haven't. I guess they haven't worked out the details, or at least haven't forwarded it to me yet.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've gotten to meet some incredible people and seen some beautiful places. I've been all over the East Coast, all over the West Coast. Been up north, right on the border of Canada, and yeah, man, I'm very thankful for it.
Oh man, dang man, that's awesome.
And like, I started out with not too much experience with working the camera, you know. Like I just knew the basic ins and outs of a camera, and my boss hit me up. I used to do security at the Hard Rock, and I was like really depressed about it because I was tired of fighting people. You know, at first it was like really cool, and I was excited about it. But then after like the 30th fight, I was just like, man, fuck, I'm tired of this. Because like then it started carrying on outside of work too. So I started seeing some people at like Quick Trip that I kicked out the night before, and would get into an argument about it, and you know they'd try threatening my life and shit. What? Because it's mainly let's say about 40-year-olds on up that really gave me the most problems because they didn't like someone young, and I have like a really young face too, so they didn't like someone who was younger and looked younger, telling them, "Hey, you're done drinking for the night. You need to go home." You know, which I never approached anything like that. I treated everyone with like the greatest amount of respect I could, you know, because I'm sure that would be embarrassing, but I got a job to do and I got to protect you.
Yeah.
Like, man, if you get alcohol poisoning and fall over and hit your head, like the company I work for, you know, gets in a lot of trouble. So yeah, I was working there. I was looking for an out. I was about to work at a tattoo shop as like one of the front door people, making like $300 a week, which is not very good for living in Tulsa. And then I was talking to my friend Ryan Redcorn about it, and he was just like, "Hey, he's like, you want to do a job for me?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I went with him to OU, and we filmed at OU for 3 days. And he's like, "You want to make some extra money?" I was like, "Doing what?" He's like, "You want to edit this for me?" I was like, "Sure." And again, I had basic knowledge of how to shoot a camera and how to edit, you know. And then after that, I was telling him about like what I was doing. He's like, "Dude, do you just want to work for me full time?" I was like, "Fuck it." I was like, "Sure." And so he just kind of threw me into the fire, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was doing a lot of Googling, a lot of YouTube research, and then it just got to where I had to read the instructions of everything I was touching and just practice. And then now I'm where I'm at now. And some of my work has been seen by, millions of people, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely worth it. Yeah.
What's up, Brian? But that's cool, man. He's still doing his thing. I know he's on the 1491s, and that's giving you, you know.
Yeah, he's given me and several others, some crazy opportunities.
That's pretty awesome, man. That's pretty cool. Dang. And Hard Rock. So it is true.
What?
Gets rowdy over there.
Yeah, I mean, it can. Man, yeah, there's a lot of fights that happen, and just it's mainly the people, man. They just don't like being told that they can't drink anymore, and they got to understand that. I don't work there anymore, but if they didn't do that, then they could be at risk at losing their liquor license. You know?
Yep.
And of course, no one likes being cut short and of the fun, especially when when their friends are having fun on the dance floor or something, and they're getting pulled away saying, "Hey, you can't drink anymore." I mean, that's not fun, but at the end of the day, the Hard Rock's protecting itself.
And then you're saving them from hurting themselves or hurting other people.
Yeah, and that's happened so many times.
But yeah, they just react all dumb.
Yeah.
Fight around.
Yeah.
Man, I would hate to do fights over there, like MMA fights. I know they had MMA fights over there. I bet those nights got crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you get people who come out and they say, like, maybe they just think that, I can do that.
God.
Acting tough because they just saw some fights.
Jesus.
Yeah. But I don't remember really there being too many problems as far as the actual fighting. I just, I know that there's people that come out and, like, talk tough and whatnot, and it just take them, like, hey, man, chill out. And chill out. The most problems just came from the dance floors. Yeah. That's where most of the fights I've been in were at the actual bars or the dance floors. Never really. Oh, my bad. Never really throughout the casino. I mean, occasionally there was, but
I did scared at River Spirit.
Oh, for real?
There was like no fights over there though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I guess all the older people went there. So, but I mean, you'd have the same problems like you're saying, like cut somebody off and.
I mean, it wasn't like there were fights every night or anything. I mean, I've only been like I said, about a little over 30 fights, and I worked there for approximately 3 years. And so, I mean, like there wasn't a fight every night, but it definitely did get rowdy on the weekends, and there was a lot of times where you had to de-escalate a lot of situations, and occasionally there'd be a fight. But, like, a lot of the times it was when de-escalating something, it was people saying, like, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to, like, what's your name? Is it Riker? All right, I'm going to look you up. I'm just like, do it. And, it just, I just got just work in that position. You just see the worst in people, and that's what kind of made me, like, really not like it anymore. I was like, man, I got to get out. It was good pay, good benefits, it's... which is an understatement. It's great pay. It's great benefits. They really treat their employees well, but it's just, to me, it wasn't worth it as far as my mental health. Like I'd go home and I just wouldn't want to go out, wouldn't want to see anyone. It ruined like going to concerts for me because I used to love going to concerts, but after working that job, working so many concerts, like I just couldn't do it. I was always on high alert, like me and my brother, we went and watched what's that band called? In This Moment, I think that's the name of that band.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched someone else, but the whole time I was just alert. I was just watching people. You know, I couldn't really enjoy the show, and then I was like, man, fuck.
And it ruined it.
Yeah, and every time I would try to go to the show, that's how it was. I was just constantly stressed out. Like, I was intense. You know, my wife was telling me, like, you just enjoy the show. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I was like, someone's about to do something. I was like, I know it.
You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
Well, by now, I guess can't do nothing now. No concerts around.
Yeah.
But maybe it's maybe different now. Maybe be different.
Well, I mean, then now I don't have time. Like, I'm constantly working.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
True that, yeah.
I'm just constantly doing something.
Yep. It's good, though, man. Keep him busy.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. There's no steady with Riker over here.
No, dude, I'm always doing something, and if I'm not, I feel guilty for laying around. So,
oh man,
it's like if I'm not working, if I'm not working behind or in front of the camera, then I need to be writing or setting up for my next project or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't do any of those, then I feel guilty for not being productive, and I end up doing something anyway.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite thing to write, or like
favorite thing to write?
Like comedy.
That used to be it.
Romance.
I used to love comedy. Now I'm kind of doing more of a horror type thing.
Oh, nice.
The film that we just filmed, it's a kind of a horror mystery, a little bit of a thriller, and I can't really talk too much about it. But I tied in a bunch of of my tribe's myths and legends and modernized it into today, and it's mainly focused on an unfaithful husband, and he pays the consequences, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's cool.
Yeah, and it's very, if you're native, it's really gonna creep you out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing is like I'm hoping that non-natives will get it, but I don't think they will too much.
Yeah.
But the overall message is just don't cheat. Yeah.
And you're done filming that?
Almost.
We've got
some ADR to do, and then we've got a couple pickup shots, some simple shots, and we should be done. Just the only thing is everyone's schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch that.
It's gonna be great. I'll show you a teaser trailer that we made.
Cool.
After we get through.
Oh yeah.
It's intense. The crew was amazing. The actors are amazing. We had some long shoots, and this was all out of mine and my director and producers, but pockets. Like we didn't have any funding for it, so we just funded it ourselves. And we spent a lot of money on it, and we had to shoot on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it was like long hours. Me and the director barely got any sleep. We averaged, I think, 2 or 3 hours a night of sleep. And I can't thank him enough for all the work that he's done. He's an amazing director and cinematographer.
Yeah.
Just like his attention to detail is just astounding.
Oh man.
Yeah. He's really good. Like we tried filming this a couple of years ago, and it wasn't turning out the way I wanted it to, the way I envisioned it. And that's when, I didn't direct the first one. I didn't direct this one either. But I was going to edit the first one. And when I was putting it together, I was like, that's not what I'm wanting. This is not what I'm wanting. It just wasn't looking the way I wanted it to. And then also what I noticed was the dialogue wasn't flowing very well. And that's on me for not doing read-throughs. That's when I found out, oh shit, it's that important to do read-throughs. So I know what's working, what's not working, and what needs to be replaced, And so I rewrote it several times. I probably rewrote that script maybe 30 times. And then finally we got it down. And I forgot where I was really going with this. Sorry. No, but, so me and the director, I'd go over the script with him, and he'd tell me if he thought it was good or not. And he's very honest with me, and that's what I wanted. I sent my script to so many people, and they just tell me what I wanted to hear. Like, oh, it's a good script. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's why I'm sending it to you. And when I sent it to him, he's like, well, this didn't really go well. This didn't go well. Then we had some actors do a read through for me, and then I kind of figured out what was not really flowing as far as the conversations and the dialogue, and I was able to fix that, and it turned out, from what I saw anyway, it's turning out exactly how I want it. I mean, even better.
Damn, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's really awesome. And then are you acting in it too?
Yeah, I've actually played the lead, because my thing is whatever I write, I either want to direct it or I want to act in it. I don't want to do both. And so I was going to direct this, and then when I was talking to the director, he was just going to be the director of photography. And then he just convinced me. He's like, dude, you know that character better than anyone else. He's like, just do it. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I think he just wanted to be the director.
Yeah.
No. But I think it was best the way it went. And I was just very, very blessed with the cast and crew. I mean, the other lead, Natalie Standing Cloud, she's the one that she played opposite to me. And she did an amazing job bringing that character to life. And I can't say the name of the character or it'll give it away as well. Yeah, very, very thankful for literally everyone. Dang. There's people that came in from Oregon. There's people that came in from New Mexico, from Kansas, and who else? That's pretty much it. And then just out throughout Oklahoma, there's people that came in from all over Oklahoma.
Wow. And this was all filmed
in...
or do you want to give away the location?
No, Bartlesville. It's from the Bartlesville, yeah. Still Cherokee property, so that's one thing I wanted to make sure is that it was on Cherokee land. And so Bartlesville is still part of Cherokee Nation.
Yeah. Damn, that's good, man. That's badass.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Fuck.
But, yeah, I'm excited for it to come out, man. And I got another one that it's going to be a much smaller set because it's only 2 actors, really. But it's called The Diner. And basically, this one, it's not going to be like a huge project. It's just kind of a fun project I'm wanting to do so I can talk about it all I want. What it is this guy, he's like traveling down the road and he's getting tired, blah, 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 typical shit. And then he's starting to run out of gas, so he needs gas. Nearest gas station, like 150 miles. He's on E. He's like, well, fuck. And then he comes up on this gas station. He's like, the hell? I'm like, all right, well, it's not 150 miles. There's one right here. He goes in. It's very, it looks like a rundown gas station / diner, but it's open. There's no one around, but it's open. So he goes in, and it looks like it's deserted, but it's like new on the inside. And he runs into this woman who is very attractive. Not that that's a key part in the script at all, but this woman who has like a lot of confidence about her and something just really off too. And they have a conversation, and she's just kind of like just digging deep on him, asking him these really off-putting questions and then finally it gets to the point that she's the devil, and she knows why he's really traveling. He's talking about like relocating and whatnot, and really he's running away from what he did. And then you get a little flashback once she finally breaks him down. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped over a part. He ends up leaving because she calls him out on his bullshit. He takes off, he runs out of gas, and he goes walking. And as he's walking, he comes upon the store again. And he's like confused, not knowing what's going on, because he's like, I just went away from the store, and now I'm here again. And so he goes in, and she's sitting right where she was when he left. Start talking some more, and long story short, he came home drunk one night, lit up a cigarette, fell asleep. It fell down on the carpet, burnt his house down, and he took off running, left his wife and kid in the house. So they're dead. And that's why he's relocating. And so basically, she like gets under his skin, makes him flip out, and basically saying like, this will all be over if you just make a deal with me. I can give you what you want. Just make this deal. And so he says, yeah, whatever, let's make this deal. And he's not really believing her. He still hasn't fully grasped or accepted the concept, or accept the idea that she could be the devil. And so he makes the deal, and she tells him that she filled up his car, and he's like, kind of whatever about it. And he takes off, and he turns around and goes back home. when he goes back home, he sees his house is still there. His wife and kid are in the yard playing. And he goes to say hi to him, but he's a ghost now. He can't talk to them. He traded his life for theirs without knowing it. So he's like forever walking the earth, not being able to contact his family.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you wrote that one?
Yeah, I wrote that one. There's a few other ones that's like I really like the hero not winning at the end of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of my scripts, they end with the person losing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they never win. Because I kind of got tired of, you know, seeing movies where these people go through incredible things and you think they're going to win, and they do win, you know? It's like, oh, that's cool, you know? That sort of thing. It's like, well, what would it be like if the hero didn't win, you know? And so that's how I start writing stuff.
Yeah.
So if you watch my stuff, the person you like isn't going to win.
I kind of like that, though. I don't like, you know, everybody wins all the time.
Yeah. So now when you watch mine, you're just going to know.
Yeah. I know what's up now.
Someone's going to die in the end.
I know Riker now.
Yeah. And there's one I'm wanting to reshoot. It's called Watching. And what that one is if you want me to talk about that one at all.
Yeah.
Okay. It's I shot it once. It turned out really good, but it could be shot a lot better. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the same with the one I was just telling you about. Like I shot it before, didn't turn out how I wanted, so I reshot it. And that's kind of what I'm going to do with this one. It's just this guy that works at this software store, and a girl comes in last minute needing her laptop fixed because she's got a paper due at midnight or something like that. So he fixes it, and while he's fixing it, they kind of like have a flame spark, you know? And she goes to the back to use the restroom, and while she goes back there, he puts a device in her computer, takes it out, and she ends up leaving. And then when he goes home, he opens up his laptop, puts that same device in his laptop, and accesses her camera.
Mm-hmm.
So he stalks her, basically. And she's talking about going out with some friends at one point, and he's like going to do the same. He's going to just have a run-in with her.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's getting ready, she sets her laptop down and it positions it to where you can see the bedroom door and a closet. And she goes into her closet and she's about to get dressed. You know, so he's getting excited. And then the camera starts glitching, and then there's like someone standing at her doorway. And so he's freaking out, and he pulls out the knife, and so the hero is freaking out, and he's wanting to call the police, but then he thinks to himself, like, well, if I call the police, they're going to know that I hacked her computer.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has that dilemma, and while he's trying to figure out what he's going to do, like, it's already, that situation has gone on way too, like, quick.
Mm-hmm.
The killer already stabs a woman. She dies. And so he's, like, freaking out, and as the killer's about to leave, he stops, turns around. Oh, he has a mask on, too. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He turns around, sees the camera, and starts walking towards the laptop. And the guy's like, there's no way. He can't see me. And once he gets face-to-face with the camera, he takes off his mask, and it's him. It's himself.
Mm-hmm.
And so he freaks out, shuts the laptop, and when he shuts it, you get a point of view,
mm-hmm.
and that killer's right there in front of him.
Wow.
And that's the end of it.
Oh, man.
And it's called Watching.
Watching? You gonna reshoot that one, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. When are you gonna reshoot that one?
I have no idea. We have nothing. We don't have it scheduled or anything like that.
Where'd you do that one?
I shot that one in Tahlequah and in Stillwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was that?
A few years ago, man.
Years ago? Yeah.
Yeah. It was a while back. Again, is when I kind of knew just the basic ins and outs of a camera and an editing software.
Mm-hmm.
It still turned out pretty good, but like my audio was horrible. I forgot my tripod. It was a 1-day shoot because like no budget, can't pay anyone.
Yeah.
Just doing it by myself, and I didn't have any crew because I couldn't pay anyone to be a crew,
mm-hmm.
and I didn't really have any connections at the time. So yeah, it just it could have been shot a lot better. But I mean, I think it still turned out pretty well.
Mm-hmm. It's on YouTube or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's I think I took it down.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did because I wanted to reshoot it.
Mm-hmm. I want to compare.
After we reshoot it, I want to make sure the last one's deleted. Yeah, I never let anyone see the first cut of the last film I just did. Mm-hmm. Like the original take, like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
No one ever saw it, just me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which kind of is, I mean, I guess it is kind of shitty, but like everyone that was in it is in the second one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I just told them, like, just trust me. It's like, it's not good.
Trust me, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah. Like, what do you want to do, man? Like, what's the
in-game?
What's the drive, man? Like, what?
I don't want to be in blockbuster films as a lead, like those big, like Avengers type stuff. I don't want to be like a lead actor in that because I'm not a person that's into fame. I don't like the attention that goes with it. Like I really get weirded out by that, and so what I would like to do, my perfect world, is to be a stuntman on films like that. So I get to work on those type of projects, but I don't get the attention that follows it. And then be a lead in my own stuff or in like independent, low budget films. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that.
And I love writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to write a feature, but man, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
I'm good at writing shorts, but not features.
Yeah, it's like what? That'd be like 90 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a minute a page.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I could only imagine.
Yeah, I mean, some people can just do it like it's nothing. I think I want to say Sterling Harjo wrote a script in like 2 weeks.
What?
A feature length, I believe. Yeah, I think it's like 2 weeks. He had 2 weeks to write a script, and he wrote it. And I was like, how in the hell did you do that?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, because I can write... I've written shorts in a night, but there's always had to been revisions, Like I always had to go back to a day later or something and start tweaking it up and then keep doing that. Mm-hmm. And so I couldn't imagine writing a full feature in 2 weeks.
Damn.
Let alone just writing a full feature at all.
Yeah. Holy man. 2 weeks. Man, that blows my mind.
Yeah, but that dude, he has a drive unlike anyone else, man.
Yeah.
That guy's constantly working.
Yeah. He does it. See, Sterling Harjo.
He's just now. He shot that pilot for Reservation Dogs.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I feel so stupid.
That's cool.
I was like, my mind just went blank. I was like, what was he worked on?
He's a very forgettable person. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Did you work on that?
No, unfortunately, no. I had my second callback audition for Killers of the Flower Moon, and during that callback was when he had the open open casting call for Reservation Dogs, and I hit him up about it, and he just told me, he's like, dude, there's gonna be stuff later on. He's like, you're not a kid, so I wouldn't be able to cast you anyway.
Yeah,
it's something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like that. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, all right, because I couldn't make the audition, so I was like, hey, is there any way I can audition like through video or something? Mm-hmm. And yeah, he just told me there'd be stuff later on, which I think that was this nice way of saying, like, nah, man, I ain't gonna have you in this.
Next time.
Yeah. But it's picking back up. I think they're starting to shoot the rest of it in February, so hopefully I can get on with something, whether it be just an extra or actually have a speaking role or even being a crew member.
Yeah.
I just want to be on the set. But it's pretty crazy, man. Sterling has definitely had some bad hands dealt to him, and he just never quit. Mm-hmm. He just kept going, and he's pretty inspiring. I wouldn't tell it to him to his face, but I'd probably say "fuck you" to him. I'm just kidding. No, I've actually told him before. We were in Seminole, Florida, and I was telling him about that. I was like telling him about how he's kind of opened the door to a lot of indigenous filmmakers who are want to get into this industry, and he's given people hope. So and the work he's done is just fucking crazy, man. Like I said, his work ethic is second to none, basically.
Yeah, it's on another level.
Yeah, I mean,
shoot.
He's always doing something. He's always writing, always working.
Dang.
And he's a great guy too.
He's from here, right?
He's from Holdenville.
Holdenville, yeah.
Yeah, but he lives here in Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah. Or well, I mean, I guess we're in Broken Arrow, but he lives in Tulsa.
Yeah. No one find him.
I'm gonna leak out his address and phone number.
Leave him alone, everyone. Oh man.
But like, it's just not just him though. Like pretty much everyone in the 1491s, they have just crazy work ethic. Like my boss Ryan Redcorn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the dude sleeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta be.
I mean, he's written a few features, and all of them are so freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't wait for them to be filmed. And there's like some hidden messages in there too. Like, you know, he sends the scripts to several people just for feedback, and fortunately, I'm one of them that I don't know if he actually takes any of my notes serious, but it's pretty cool seeing like how he's structured these scripts and how he's the changes that he made and why he's made them.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got just such a deep understanding to how a story should be told. But I guess that's why him and the rest of the 1491s are so successful.
Yeah.
You know, they're smart. They have a great work ethic, and they just know how, you know, stories need to be told. They're great storytellers.
Yeah.
Like their ancestors.
Like that. Yeah.
In that good way.
Yeah. Good way, guys. Good ways. Dang. Is there anything else you wanna?
Man,
You wanna say to the listeners, or
man, I can
any
go
other cool
on.
stories?
I can go on all day, man.
I can listen all day.
Shit. I mean, there's a little bit where I was talking to some students, some indigenous kids, about overcoming adversity, because, you know, I think everyone's is dealt a bad hand here and there in life, and so, you know, I was fortunate enough to have a little bit of some experience in the film industry, which I wouldn't consider myself successful or anything like that yet. Hopefully I will be. But anyway, getting to where I was, you know, originally I thought I was going to be a football player. Mm-hmm. You know, I played football in high school and I was pretty decent. But, you know, I hurt my knee really bad and just couldn't play anymore. Long story short, I had a few schools looking at me, and they just weren't really interested anymore after they found out my knee was messed up. And so I decided to do cheerleading, and I got a scholarship doing that. Mm-hmm. And then my coach got fired, and my scholarship went with her. So I no longer had a scholarship. I owed money to the school, so I was like, I'm out. I took off, and I went to school, and I was just kind of lost, man. You know, I didn't do well in school, because in high school I was kind of spoon-fed. You know, I didn't really have to do much because I was an athlete, which is probably not something the school wants me to say. But I mean, that's basically how it is. I mean, the school itself is fantastic and does well in academics for the students. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm just not gonna lie about it. I was treated differently because I was an athlete. And so I was in school, not wanting to be there, and had no idea what I was going to do. So I decided, I'm going to join the Marines. So I went to a recruiter. I got in incredible shape. I think I went from 211 pounds to 179. I was in really good shape. Mm-hmm. And I knew like literally everything I needed to know about the Marines. I knew the general orders, the history, the rankings, the, you know, traditional weapon, which was M16 rifle. And so I just knew, like, I was just prepared. And so I went in. I was one of the squad leaders in my platoon. I was just really excited to go. And I got pulled out. Or we all got pulled out because it was like they're trying to scare us into admitting something that we didn't say on our shit. Mm-hmm. And so when it came my turn, they're talking about my medical history and whatnot. And I have one testicle. I had an accident when I was a kid, and then I got checked for cancer when I was I 19? Yeah, I was 19. I got checked for cancer, and the radiologist put that there's a spot that shows signs of cancer, and Then when I went to a specialist, he's like, "No, you're good, man." And so I was like, "All right, cool." And so when they pulled that out, they're like, "What's this about signs of cancer?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have cancer." And I told them the whole story, and they're like, "We're gonna get you checked anyway." So the next day they pulled me out, and I went to I can't remember the name of that facility. It's like a hospital that ran by the Navy. And so they did an ultrasound. They did like what else they do? They did a few other tests. But they're like, good news, you don't have cancer. I was like, yeah, I know. And they're like, bad news, you have nerve damage. And I was like, what do you mean? And I forgot what the name of it was, but they were telling me I should have been in like really bad pain. And I was like, I'm not. And so they wanted to send me home because they didn't want to risk me falling down like in boot camp and then suing them because they know about it. And so I was like, hey, I was like, I'll sign whatever. I was like, I just want to go back to my platoon and continue on. And they're just like, nah. And so they sent me home and they're like, get checked out and come back. So I did. I went to another specialist. It's actually the same one. And I told him, I was like, man, can you put like a fit for full duty, whatever? And he was like laughing because I guess that's happened more than once to him. Like people come to him about the same issue. And so he wrote it out and I went back and at MEPS, they disqualified me. So I couldn't go in. So there I am again, just like, what in the fuck do I do? You know? And I started doing those videos again and trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And then just kind of, everything just fell into place. Mm-hmm. Wow. I just kept pushing for it. And, yeah.
Whoa. How long were you in the Marines before they...
I was never officially in. I was just at boot camp.
Boot camp?
Yeah, I was there for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Got to meet my drill instructor, who was actually really cool because when he found out that I was getting sent home, he pulled me aside when I was getting my food. And, you know, we all have to talk a certain way when they're like, this recruit, blah, 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 you know. And he pulled me aside and he's like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, this recruit. So he's like, man, go chill out. He's like, dude, just talk to me. He's like, what's going on? So I told him and he was like pissed about it because he knew that I was wanting to be there, knew I was ready. And so, you know, he was like pretty upset about it. And he's like, can you come back? And I was like, I'm trying. So they said I could. And so he's like, all right, man. He's like, get that going. And as he's like giving me this motivational speech, a recruit starts walking by, and they can't let a recruit see them act like that. So he's like, yeah, man, when you blah blah blah. He's like, get the fuck out of my face. I was like, whoa, shit. I was like, all right, man. He's like, yes, sir. Man, it fucking freaked me out. That was like probably one of the few times I got like startled. Because like you know, going into boot camp, you kind of have to have this mentality of knowing like that's not how they really are. You know, they put on this persona to get you ready. You know, and to break you down, to make sure that you won't break down in the middle of a combat. I don't know if that's exactly what it's for, but that's just kind of what I'm assuming. Anyway, there's a lot of guys that were like crying, getting scared, didn't want to be there anymore, and I'm just dying laughing because if you go in with that mentality, like everything's so fucking funny because like the drill instructors are so witty, like they're comedians. It's so funny. Like one of the things we had to clean up, and this recruit had like a broken broom, and he's like, permission to speak, sir, and he's like, what? So this recruit found this broom broken, but this recruit thinks that he can fix it. He's like, I thought you wanted to be a Marine, not a goddamn Bob the Builder. I was like, what in the fuck? I started dying laughing. And, dude, it's like stuff like that all the time. And when I was in the medical rehabilitation platoon, which is before I went and got tested, they sent me there for a couple days because they had to schedule my appointment. And both days we got to watch a movie, but it was a comedy, and we cannot laugh or we got in trouble. So they put on Talladega Nights the first day, and so every time we laughed, we got in trouble. And then the day after that, they put on Inglourious Basterds. So anytime we cheered or started laughing, we got in trouble. Yeah, it's like just weird stuff, man. So I just thought, like, man, this is just fucking funny. And Yeah, that's so. You know, if anyone's gonna go into boot camp and they're afraid of all of that, I'd just say, just don't take it personal when they act like that. There's probably gonna be some drill instructors pissed off. But of course, being in the medical rehabilitation platoon, they considered us broken. So it's not like we could do PT or anything. Because at one point, I found out there was a gym on the 3rd floor above us. And so I was like, fuck yeah. So I went up there, and it was me and a few other guys, and we're just doing some bench. And like, I impressed a few people because I had 225 on there, and I repped it out for like 20 reps. And they started just like, my man, fucking Riker, blah, blah, blah. Started benching, and fucking drill instructor came out and he's like, where are you working out? And I was like, yes, sir. He's like, you're broken. I was like, all right. And then almost got in trouble again because once I got told I was being sent home, they sent me to this other platoon called the Recruit Separation Platoon. And which I thought it'd just be me because I thought being sent home was not a normal thing, but there was like quite a few people that which majority of those people were people that said that if you won't let me go home, I'll kill myself type, like suicidal, you know. And then there's other people that were intentionally wetting the bed so they can get sent home. I didn't know that was a thing until afterwards, but anyway, so I'm in there and we had a lot of downtime. And so there's a couple times where I had some buckets, and so I started filling the buckets with water, doing curls, and I get in between the bunks, do pull-ups, do push-ups, and I guess my name hit my drill instructor's desk. I guess I needed to see someone, and he started yelling for me, and so I ran over there. I was like, yeah, and he's like, why are you sweaty? You working out? And I was like, no, sir, it's just cleaning. So, no, sir, this recruit is cleaning. He's like, all right. Better not be working out. Yeah, it was
sir.
It was a great experience, man. The first day was what flipped me out because I saw a recruit get choked out.
Wow.
Yeah, he gave our drill instructor a thumbs up. Yeah, well, and it was like our drill instructor was like the pre boot camp. It was like the week preparing us for it, so he wasn't as intense or anything. He's really compared to the other drill instructors that the one that we met on Black Friday, he was really laid back. You know, of course he was very stern and whatnot, and you had to be respectful, and he yelled here and there. But anyway, like he was just preparing us for the real shit. And one of the recruits is asking where something was or where he signed something. I can't remember what exactly he's asking, but the drill instructor answered him. He goes, okay, cool. Like that. And gave a thumbs up. And he fucking stomped over. He's like, I'm not your fucking homeboy. And like choked him out with his hand. The guy was like, I was like, oh my God. And then got fucking out and he woke back up. And all of us were just like, what in the fuck? That's when I started doubting that mentality I went in. And I was like, shit, these guys are serious. And then after that, I was cool. Dude, it's oh man, like I said, they're comedians, man. They're so witty.
Oh man, I like the broken broom.
Oh dude, yeah, I can go on all day about stuff that I've seen and heard there. I said those guys are hilarious. Damn. The recruits are hilarious too. Like I said, one guy, I was on fire watch. And he told me before to look out for him. I was like, okay. And at one point when I was doing my fire watch, it was just like an hour fire watch. So we just walk around, just, patrolling. He got up and started bumping into his own bunk bed, acting like he's sleepwalking. He was acting like he was sleepwalking. He wasn't really sleepwalking. He was acting like it. And then that next morning, he came over to me. He's like, hey, did you see me last night? It's like, yeah, you got up, didn't you? He's like, oh, I don't remember that. I was like, man. He's like, did you report it? I was like, no. He's like, oh, why didn't you report it? It's like, because, man. So you just got up from your bunk. It's like, dude, if you want to go home, then fucking tell him. what made me mad is like people who did that, you know, because like I was devastated because when I first got the news, I was still in the medical rehabilitation platoon, and my drill instructor was telling me, asked me if I told anyone, failing, told him no, and so he had me call someone from home, so I called my grandma, and that's who I lived with, you know, for a large part of my life at that point, and you know I was like bawling, and talking to her. Because like that's where I wanted to be, you know. It's back in that same boat. It's like, what the fuck am I gonna do if I go home? And so she was really upset about it and whatnot. But anyway, so I was really upset. And as I'm sitting there waiting to be taken back to taken to the recruit separation platoon, this other guy joins me, sits with me, and I was like, "Been sent home?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's going on with you?" He's like, "Man, I don't belong here." I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "I don't want to be here." I was like, "So how are you being sent home?" He's like, "I told him I had ADHD, told him I had asthma." He's like, "That wasn't gonna work. I was gonna tell him this. If that didn't work, I was gonna tell him this." I was like, "What in the fuck?" And he's like, "What about you? What'd you tell him?" I was like, "I didn't tell him jack shit." Then I told him what was going on, and then like we were being sent home on the same day. And that day, he's like, "Bro, we get to go home today." I was like, "Man, don't call me bro." I was like, "Fuck you." And then he had the audacity to post a status on Facebook. Like, there's this long, like, devastating post about how he wanted to be there. And he's like, "My asthma never kicked up until just now. I don't know what happened." I was like, dude.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, I was like,
God, that's fucking... And you want to be there, too.
yeah. So that's what made it even worse for me.
Yeah.
And he tried hitting me up a few times, tried telling some of those inside jokes.
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, don't be shooting shit like that. You didn't want to be there."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if he tried or not. I mean, he talked about trying to get like a disabled veterans like thing, which I got sent the same thing. Like they sent me a letter saying that I could get like benefits and shit, and I said no. And like a lot of people told me like, "You should do it," and I was like, "Dude," I was like, "I didn't complete it. I didn't deserve it." Yeah. And I was like, "I'm not disabled." I was like, "I'm fine." But I don't know if he ever got it or not. I hope he didn't.
Well, I don't know.
But yeah. So that's some of the stuff that I told those kids. I didn't go in depth like that. I wasn't telling those stories.
Yeah.
But just basically overcoming adversity, just not stopping. Just because, you know, as much as you want to sit and pout and complain and talk about how life is unfair, life keeps moving without you. You know?
Exactly.
Like, you can stay in place and feel sorry for yourself, but at the end of the day, like, no one's stopping with you. Yeah.
It's weird, man. Like, you know, that's what you wanted to do, was being a Marines. But now you're here doing this. Do you think you'd get out of the Marines and do this, or what do you?
And, you know, I think about that a lot because, especially now, because I have a son, and which is another thing. They told me that I would never be able to have kids, and they kept repeating that when I was at boot camp. And I was talking to the doctor. He kept saying, he's like, "You won't ever have any kids." He's like, "After we ran these tests, you won't have any kids." I was like, "How do you know?" But he was a doctor, so I figured he had some scientific way of explaining.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I think about that all the time. You know, like, where would I be? Where would I be stationed? Would I even want to act? All that stuff, you know, which I've always loved acting. I always loved entertainment. But I loved it as like a hobby for the longest time. I didn't ever think I'd dive into it professionally like I am now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I got a manager in LA, and I've got an agent in Oklahoma City.
Damn. That's badass, man.
Appreciate it.
Gonna move out to LA?
No, I never want to be in LA.
Nah.
I mean, a lot of people will like it. A lot of my acting friends, they like LA. They love that lifestyle. My director, he loves the LA lifestyle. But man, I can't stand it. I've been there a few times, and it's so like crowded, so like dirty. Well, some places dirty.
Yeah.
Some places isn't, but it's just not my style. I grew up in the woods. I like Tulsa is about as big as I want it to get.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if I can, man, I'd like to just stay where I'm at or move somewhere that has a small community and just travel back and forth.
Nice.
Which I have a few friends that do that. My friend Lauren Anthony, he's Navajo, and he lives in New Mexico on his reservation. And he gets crazy about work. You might recognize his voice from Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he voices a couple characters in that. And he's in a lot of... he's been doing a lot of work. He's a lot of feature films. He's in a TV show that I think that's getting picked up, I believe. And yeah, he's a fantastic actor. He's actually one of the actors that was in my film recently.
Really?
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name's Lauren Anthony.
Lauren Anthony. I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, he's incredible person. Like, so genuine. He has a nonprofit where he hauls wood to high-risk elders, you know? And he delivers food as well. Like, he cooks food and delivers it to people. And so he's just an amazing person. And then on top of all of that, he's an incredible actor.
Wow.
He really has an amazing talent.
Damn. Big heart, too.
Yeah, man. He's he's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. And I'm very thankful to have him in my life. You know, I consider him a bro.
That's good, man. Those connections.
Yeah. We met in Seminole as well, actually.
Really?
Seminole, Florida. I got to perform with the 1491s for a show there, which it was an awful show. Well, I mean, because Ryan invited me to perform with them. And I was like, yeah, sure. You know, I was like, that'd be cool. Because I've been to a couple shows with them before, and it was a really good show. But when we got there, I guess no one told them that they're performing for kids. And their show is not meant for kids. And so the first thing that happens, we get on stage and we see a bunch of these kids, and they're all talking, laughing, and Bobby goes on and goes, "Hey, shut the fuck up!" And I was like, "What?" And like, there's parents like freaking out. There's like a couple classes like where the teachers are like, "What do I do?" And they did this segment called Ask an Indian. So it's like take a couple mics out there to whoever had questions, and they'd ask a question and we'd answer it in the most ridiculous way. And everyone had a question about alligators. Like, it was maybe at least 20 questions about alligators and maybe 5 questions about just something else. I mean, probably more. But it was just like, there's an overwhelming amount of questions about alligators. And at one point I looked to, who was right next to me? I think it was Dallas. But I was like, dude, I was like, I am not prepared to answer questions about alligators. And like, the show, it just was like not going as well. There's a bunch of people leaving and whatnot.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I asked Ryan, I was like, what in the hell did you get me into? He's like, bro, the shows are not usually like this. I was like, man, it's like, they are. So I'm out. I ain't doing this. But that's where I met Lauren. Because the next day, I think it was, the next day we had another show. And this one was where, like, is the type of show you want, where there's actual adults there. And so I actually got to perform a little bit. And I met Lauren afterwards, and just from there on, we just kind of stayed in contact. And we saw each other in LA at the LA Skins Fest. I was with Buffalo Nickel. We're showing one of our films, and he was there, and we were talking. And then I told him about the script I had, and he was like, yeah. He's like, I'm down, man. He's like, just whenever, hit me up. And like I was telling you earlier, there's a lot of times where that happens, where people will say like, yeah, I'm down, let's do it. And then they don't do it. So that's kind of what I was ready for. And because I met a lot of people at film festivals, and it's the same thing. Everyone's always like, hey, yeah, man, let's link up, let's work together. I got this project. And it's all right, yeah. And nothing ever happens. Oh my God. And this time it actually did happen. And that's one thing we kept talking about, because all the people that was a part of this project are people who've been have gone to film festivals and have had that same conversation with countless people. Like, yeah, I want to work with you. I want to work with you too. Let's do it. And nothing happens. And we were all just talking about that. It's like, how many times has this happened where we do this and nothing ever happens, and now we're actually doing it? And so it's really cool to see that actually happening.
Yeah.
after experiencing so many people, so many times of wanting to do something with someone, wanting to collaborate, and then it doesn't happen.
Just flake out.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their reasons. People are busy, or someone's just really not into it, or, budgeting, which is a huge thing, because getting people to do free work is really hard. Because I understand it, but I mean, sometimes you have to.
Yeah. Gotta do it. Shoot.
I've done my fair share of free work, and here and there I still do it.
Yeah. You gotta get yourself out there still.
Yeah.
It's always good to do that, though. I mean.
Yeah. But, again, I'm really thankful for that cast and crew. Everyone that traveled out on their own dime. Of course, we paid for their stay. We paid for their food. Yeah. I also bought a lot of strangers beer. Yeah, because we were filming. One of the scenes is in a bar, and we had 2 days shooting in that bar, and it was supposed to be closed down. Like in the morning, we went early in the morning to shoot, and I guess there's like regulars that just know how to get in the back door, and they just come in and start drinking, and so I had to keep them quiet so we can shoot the scene and not get any audio messed up with the audio, and so anytime we're about to roll, I just buy them a beer. I bought like a case of beer, and so when we were about to roll, I'd give them a beer and let them sip on that for a little bit. And then if they ran out, I'd buy them another one.
Dang.
So I bought a lot of beer for people.
Round of drinks for everybody.
They're really cool. Everyone that was there was really cool about it. I think it's because I was buying the beer, but
damn.
Yeah, everyone kept quiet.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
That's one way.
Yeah, that's good.
Or you can buy the location out for the day or something. But man, yeah, and it was a cold shoot, man. It was cold that weekend. We had a lot of outside scenes. Man, it's fucking cold. And there's one scene where our lead, Natalie, is supposed to walk in water and go into the water, like under it. And me and the director talking about it, we're like, man, like it's fucking like almost in the single digits. We ain't gonna do that. God damn. It was like, I don't know if it was like close to single digits, but it was definitely like in the 20s.
Oh my god.
Which is really fucking cold to be in the water. So we're just like, nah, we ain't gonna do that.
Damn.
So that's why we're doing some pickup shots in about a month or two.
Shoot. That would suck.
Yeah. But she was down though. That's the thing though. She's like, yeah, I'll do what I gotta do. And I was like, fucking thankful for you. She's she's extremely talented, and she takes her art serious.
It's good.
She's done some pretty good work, and she's got some crazy things happening for her this year and I think next.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk to them. I talk about them, I don't think. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. So, you'll see her.
Yeah. Look how long.
Dang. Talking too much.
Dang, dude. It didn't even seem that long. It seemed like it just started. Like,
for real.
Need to make bigger SD cards.
And I'm sorry if I rambled on, man. I'm not good with
bro.
Usually
I enjoyed it.
Doing conversations or podcasts. I'm good with scripts, reading a line that was written out for me. So
Was this your first podcast?
Yeah, I mean, there's some attempts that me and a friend made at a podcast before, and it's the same way. Like, I got some social issues. Like, I usually don't like meeting new people. Like with the company I work for, I don't like talking to the clients. I like our office manager / producer / he does a lot of things. But I was talking to him just about the other day that we were working on a system where he talks to the clients. They give him all the notes, and then he tells me, and then I figure out what to do and edit it and write it or shoot it, however. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, man. I just get this weird anxiety about talking to people I don't know, and or like being recorded talking. Just some of my genuine thoughts. So like when it's scripted out, like I'm confident, I know how something is gonna go. Like I love acting. I love putting on this being a character, but being myself and talking to people, sometimes it intimidates me.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, that's why. I was very excited to do this, but I was very nervous too, just because it's like, oh man, people are gonna actually hear me talk.
Yeah,
And being me, not someone else.
yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of me, during the inauguration, commercial that I was in was playing.
Do what now?
During the inauguration, Joe Biden. Yeah, a commercial that I was in was playing.
Really?
Yeah, played. So millions of people got to see that one.
What?
It was a HIV one.
For real?
Yeah. The end of 2019, my agent called me up. I was actually in LA. The agent called me up, and he was like trying to soften this blow, telling me, he's like, there's this gig. They really want you. He's like, it's really important. You know, a few of my buddies suffer from this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, what is it? And he's like, well, the pay is good. The pay is this. And I was like, okay, what is it? And he's like, it's a commercial about testing for HIV. And I was like, oh, I was like, okay, just sure. So I'll do it. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah. And like, I get why he would ask that, because, or be like that, because, you know, I guess people get embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit. I'm acting. I'm making money from doing it, you know? And there's so many people sent me screenshots, sent me videos of that commercial or those pictures, which are, I don't know if they have any billboards, but there's like stuff in hospitals and whatnot, clinics. And they're like try to joke with me about HIV. And then some people actually thought I did have it and asked me about it. I was like, dude, I'm acting. Yeah. Like, you know, Ben Affleck, he's not really Batman.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, when I was told that it was playing during the inauguration, which I didn't see it, but I was like, oh hell yeah. People seeing me.
Man,
cast me.
I wish I could have seen it. Shoot.
It's not very long. I think it's maybe like 30 seconds.
What are you doing in it? Just getting tested?
Well, there's a couple commercials that floating around. One is just a picture of me standing there smiling, and just basically talks about getting your self-test kit. And then the other one is me like walking through a hospital, then talking to a doctor, and then actually getting tested. Which nothing in that commercial shows me testing positive for HIV or anything like that. All it is just basically saying get tested. Yeah. And they're talking about this medication that they have that could help prevent getting HIV, and it also helps with like if you do have HIV, it's medicine for it. And then there's like a self-test kit. But yeah, it's a good commercial. I like it. I liked how it turned out.
Damn.
And no, Natalie, she was in it as well too.
Really?
Yeah, Natalie Standing Cloud. I showed up on set, and I was looking at the call list, casting call, and I saw her name, or the call sheet, and I saw her name on it. I was like, the fuck? And I texted her, I was like, hey, you gonna be in this commercial today? She's like, yeah, are you? And I was like, yeah. And then showed up, and we're just like, what the fuck? And me and her have worked on so many things together. It's crazy. Like I think we've done 5 commercials together. And, you know, she was in this film for me. And then we did videos together as well. Like that group I was telling you about before. Did YouTube videos. She was a part of that.
Oh, really?
And so it's pretty cool that we've gotten to work together over the years so many times. So it's pretty cool seeing us both grow in this industry. Yeah. And she's done some amazing work, and like I said, she's got some big things coming this year and I think next year.
Damn, I have to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
So you have HIV.
Shit.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I get joked about it all the time. It does not bother me. Like if it did bother me, I shouldn't be in this industry.
That's crazy. They would ask you though, like, do you?
Oh yeah,
it's acting though. Like,
some people do, man. I actually got a little bit of backlash one time because I did this film where I was a bounty hunter, and there's a scene where I fight a woman. This woman, she's a bounty hunter as well. No, she's not a bounty hunter. She's like an assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And I sneak up on her, and I had to fight her, and I choreographed the fight and everything. And the actress, her name's Danny, and she was phenomenal. She's a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she had any fighting experience, but me and her worked together on this, and she did extremely well, and it turned out really good. But anyway, I got a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but I got some backlash for that scene because I was beating her up at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Man, you hitting a girl?" It's like, it's acting, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't ever hit her.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the good thing is, like, I die. Like, I get shot.
Mm-hmm.
She ends up killing me at one point. But yeah, it's just some people, I think they just don't understand that it's acting.
Just taking it too serious.
Mm-hmm. It's like, damn. It's like, y'all probably devastated when Jack drowned in Titanic. Yeah, I mean, some of it just, they take it too far.
That's crazy, man. Like, I didn't know that. I didn't know people would question or come at you like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, sometimes I don't know if they're really being serious.
yeah,
Like, I'll just laugh it off a lot of times, not pay too much attention.
yeah.
And then there's people that, like, genuinely send me a question like, "Hey, man, do you have HIV?" It's like, no. The fuck? Like, well, I saw you in that commercial, and that's when I use that term, where I'd say, Ben Affleck, he's not really Batman, dude.
Yeah.
It's just acting.
Chill out, everyone.
You're like, well, everyone thinks you got HIV. He's like, I don't give a shit. I got paid for it.
Yeah. It's your job, dude.
Yeah, and then, like, even, I've talked to my wife about this. Even if the money wasn't that great in acting, if I had, like, a steady paycheck and it was just minimum wage, I'd still be doing acting. I'm doing it every day.
Yeah.
And it's something I love to do. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
The whole process of it, like, when you're on set and literally everyone has a job to do and everyone comes together to make this project, this work of art, even if it's like just one person on the screen, it took all these people to come together and create that. The lighting, the camera movement, the lens, the directing, the writing, the grips, the gaffers, everyone, PAs, just literally everyone on set is important.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I wanted to interview you too, because, like, I always see it on Facebook, and I was like, man, this guy, like, interesting to talk to, hear his story and everything, because, I mean, you do a lot of stuff, man. Like, you do a lot of stuff where people either they don't want to take the chance or, like, they want to, and they just don't end up doing it.
Yeah.
But it's always like, just find something you love and then just do it. And, like, that's what I love about you. Like, you just said it, man. Like, you love what you're doing, and it doesn't matter if you weren't getting paid or not. Like, you'd still be doing it. And I think that is beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's always a good thing when, you could find something, like, just like that, like, and, keep doing it. Like,
yeah. I mean, it wasn't easy to get myself to do it. Like, I was very afraid the first few gigs that I got. And first few auditions that I went to, I was very afraid. Like, I have a lot of insecurities, Like I said, I have some social issues. And so it took a lot to get past those. Like, even when I landed, like, going to an audition at first was really tough for me. Just because you go into a room, it's typically just 2 or 3 people are there, and they're just, you can tell they're judging you, They're just looking at you, and you got to perform for them. And it took me a little bit to just kind of realize, like, they are used to this. They see this all day, every day, for years, And, like, you're going in there, you got to go in there and give them something. You got to offer them something, You got to not necessarily look for the job. Just be like, this is what I got. I'm giving you what I got. This is my performance to you.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to kind of get used to that, to get that thought. And man, like, there's sometimes, like, when I got a gig where I didn't want to go. Like where I'd wake up and it'd be the day of, and I'm just like, man, I just want to stay home, and I'd try to think of an excuse, and like, man, why am I like, I got the gig, I got the role, like, why am I acting like this? And then I finally just like, fuck it, go, and I'd show up on set, and I'd have the best time.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, like, man, why would I think like that?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a, I don't know if that's like that for everyone. It's been like that for a few people, because I've talked about this to a few actors, and that's happened with a lot of people. And it's just, you gotta just do it. You just gotta say, just, sorry, I keep cursing, but just
no, it's good.
say fuck it and just go, you know? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people do feel like that with something, because especially like first time actors, I'm sure it's like that. Just because you want to do good, you don't know who's going to be on set sometimes, and you don't know how you're going to perform sometimes. If you haven't performed that long, you don't know how you're going to perform on the set. And so there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and you just kind of got to just say F it and go.
Yeah.
And do it and just have fun.
Yeah. Get out of your head.
Yeah, man. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Like with this, it's like, I was nervous, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was like fucking nervous because I'd never done this before. You know, I've never recorded myself either.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and meeting you, it's like, God, I don't want to.
No,
I don't want to embarrass myself or anything.
I know you got a really good setup, man. I was
man,
surprised you had a Zoom.
Yeah, I've been trying to buy those. I bought that in June. You know.
Yeah, you got a good setup. You got good mics.
Yeah,
I like it.
Thank you, eBay.
But that's why I was really excited to join. You know, because once you added me on Instagram, I looked it up and I was like, oh, he's just starting out. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. That made me even more like wanting to do it, is that you are just starting out and you're just saying, fuck it, you're going with it. You're going for it. You know, this is what you want to do and you're doing it.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. You know, I always I love seeing people step outside of their comfort zone to do what they actually want to do. Yeah. Because it's so easy to just walk that dotted line and get a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And stay in the 9-to-5 job, get the benefits and whatnot. But it's really hard to take that leap and doing what you really want to do. And like, for some reason, when like people want to do that, you get made fun of until you start doing some real good shit. Like when I first started acting, like everyone made fun of me. Everyone did. Everyone was telling me that I need to grow up, telling me that it was just a joke, that I wasn't going to make it, wasn't going to do anything, and that I need to get a real job, blah, 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 or I need to stick with my job and try to work myself up to management or some bullshit like that. And, you know, and it sucked. Like, I mean, even family did that. Family and my friends. And I lost some friends because I wanted to do this instead of going out and partying or something. And then I started actually getting gigs. People started seeing me on TV. I did, you know, a shit ton of commercials, so a lot of people seen it. And I started posting some of my work, some of the feature films I was in. And then those same people were commenting on my shit saying like, oh, I believed in you, bro, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, shut up.
What the fuck?
So, you know, I don't hold grudges, but I just remember all those people. And it's like, not letting you back in my life after that, you know? And it's with family too, which, you know, family's family. I always love my family, but it's just, you know, if I do make it, like, I'm going to remember how you were when I first started out, you know? And it just, I don't get why it's like that. I don't get why people are like that.
I don't either. Like, it's like, I guess it's so easy to just think you're not going to do anything. Right.
Just accept it.
And then when you do start doing good, then they want to jump on your bandwagon. Yeah. And be like, oh man, I knew this. Like, and it's hard to like you said, bring them back into your life after that's happened, after making fun of you and just doubting you.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't hold grudges and I still talk to those people, but it's just like, it's not people I'll let close to me anymore. Yeah. You know?
Exactly.
Because, there's very few people who actually, I don't know if they believed in me, but they definitely supported me. Like my wife, for one, you know, I've been with her since I was 17. So she's been with me since before I really started. And A couple times she's allowed me to quit my job, and she's like supported both of us while I was trying to make my way up.
Mm-hmm.
And she never once made fun of me for it, never once talked about me to anyone about it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like stuck up for me several times, and so it's just really cool to have people like that in my life. Like my brother, he's another one.
Mm-hmm.
And the family was telling me to get a job, or when I had a job, to stay with that job and work my way up, to stop this acting business. And he was the one that told me, he's like, man, just be you, do what you want.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I'm really thankful I had people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a couple times where I wanted to quit because I was like, man, am I embarrassing myself?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really glad that I had those people in my life and I stuck it out. And so anytime when I see someone else like starting out, like I always want to give them that reassurance, and help them out any way I can. So that's why, that's why I was really excited to join your podcast.
Awesome, man.
It's because, you're starting out and it's what you really want to do. I want you to do it. I want you to succeed. Even if you don't like make it big, which I hope you do.
Mm-hmm.
If this podcast didn't blow up, like, hope that you just continue doing it and having fun.
Yeah.
It's like how I was saying about the acting. Like, even if I just got paid minimum wage, I'd still do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Got my feet wet now, so
Yeah.
no reason to stop, I just got to
for
keep
real.
going. And, I mean, if it blows up, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
If not, I want to keep doing it. Because
Yeah.
I believe everybody has a genuine story
Mm-hmm.
that people want to listen to,
Mm-hmm.
So, there's people that's going to come onto this and say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Six Skiller.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, like, I've been in a lot of big sets. Been blessed to be a part of big productions. But honestly, the most fun I've ever had on set was when we were filming my film for a weekend. Because it wasn't a big production. It was just, see how many crew members we had. I think we had a total of 13 people on set at one point, including the crew. And we just had such a blast. It was long hours. It was very tiring. But, like, we all knew each other. We're all very close. And we just had a blast.
Mm-hmm.
We all came together to make this project, make this movie, or make this film. My bad. It's not a feature. It's a short. And all of us just had a great experience. Like, I was really worried that, some people didn't enjoy it because of the long hours.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talked to people there, everyone was just so excited and thankful to be a part of it. And it was just truly the best experience I've ever had on a set.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I'd be completely content making my own stuff like that.
Yeah. That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just start doing your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck, man. It's good. It'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
I mean,
you've already been writing and,
And I've got some things lined up. But yeah, like I said, I'd definitely be content with just making my own stuff.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool, man.
And having that same experience over and over, because that lit a fire under all of us. Because once we got through, everyone immediately started jumping on our group chat and was like, dude, that was the best fucking weekend. We got to do the next project now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and that's what I want to do. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, bigger sets, it's just kind of like just strictly business sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, if you do get a connection with people, it's probably like one or two people, as opposed to a short film with a smaller set when you actually bond with everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some sets that are different than that. I'm sure there's some bigger sets where everyone has a connection with someone.
Yeah, but it's probably...
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of times
likely.
it's just business.
Mm-hmm. Old business getting in the way of...
Yeah. But, well, this set was, it was like 99% all Native Americans.
Really?
Yeah, cast and crew.
Damn.
Our caterer, he was white.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, he stomp dances.
Really?
Yeah, he goes to polecat grounds.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his girlfriend, she's Yuchi. And so she been taking him out there for, like, I think 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we consider him Native.
Yeah. You're in.
Yeah. And he goes to ceremony. Shit. So it was really cool.
Fuck yeah, man. I honestly don't even know how much time we can get on that. Because it's a, I don't know if you know anything about SD cards. It's a 32 gig. Do you know anything about?
32 gig? I mean, for a Zoom, yeah, it'll go on for a while. A Zoom doesn't take too much room.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a Zoom F8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
F8. That's the what's this one? I know what I bought.
It's a H6.
Oh yeah, H6.
Yeah. It's the one we got's a little bit bigger. It has 10 places where you can hook up an XLM cable.
Really?
Yeah.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! Is that the board?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about like that big.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's well, I wouldn't say it's small, but it's a little bit big. Yeah, it's bigger than that one, but it's kind of small. Pretty cool.
Damn, I have to look into that one.
Yeah, it's and they also run sound for BNC.
Damn.
So yeah, run sound, do cinematography, write, act, edit.
Fuck, dude.
I'm also a drone flyer, a drone pilot. Yeah.
I've never driven
A drone.
Yeah, driven a drone before.
It's pretty cool, man. It's like a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I get my technique from.
Oh yeah.
Because one of the things that I love doing on the drone is drifting.
Mm-hmm.
So like say this microphone is my subject, instead of just going side to side or front back, I like to just drift around it perfectly.
Oh.
Make a complete circle around it.
Mm-hmm.
The camera's just focused on the mic.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And occasionally I'll try doing a little, what's it called? It's basically like a swirl staircase where it starts down here and just works its way up as it's drifting around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn. You taught that yourself or what?
Yeah. It's just messing around with the drone. And like I said, it's like a video game.
Mm-hmm.
But
You ever crash it?
Huh?
You ever crash it?
I did on this last trip. It was the first time I ever crashed it. We were filming over near the Southern Ute. I think we actually might have been in the Southern Ute Reservation in Colorado. And we're filming this documentary. And one of the things was getting some woods, getting the forest near this lake. And so the shot that my boss wanted was the camera pointing straight down and just kind of going over the trees for like someone running, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting it and getting some good shots. And then he's like, all right, take it a little higher and turn it this way, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right. So I rotated it. And something told me that I should move the camera up to see where I'm at and then move it back down. Because like we lost the drone at one point. Couldn't see it anymore. It's too far out in the woods. But I was like, fuck it, I'm sure I'm okay. I was like, I don't see any power lines. I fucking went straight up. I saw a power line. I was like, oh, damn, that was close. And then next thing you know, hit the next power line. And I just see on my monitor that drone just flipping. And it felt like it was falling forever.
Oh,
but luckily, only thing that broke was the propellers. And we replaced those that day. But yeah, that was the only time I've ever wrecked it. Man, it was... my heart just sank. I was like, I'm fired. But surprisingly, my boss is so cool about it. He's like, well, I didn't see any sparks, so I think it's good. Go find it. It was like maybe 150 yards away from us. Damn. Down in this valley. Landed on some snow, thankfully. I think if it would have landed on rocks,
oh man,
it'd have been done for.
Yeah.
But it just landed on snow. Yeah, it was gosh, that was scary.
Damn.
Yeah, didn't enjoy that.
Very fortunate.
What sucks is that followed this amazing shot I got. There's like this mountain that was snow capped that was covering up the sun. The sun was rising, and I was doing my drift. And once I got I was drifting around that mountain, and once I got to this side, that sun just spilt over, that morning sun. And so it was just a beautiful shot. And we're all really excited, like, yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm fucking killing it. And so I'm just getting these shots, and then I get that. And I'm like, fuck, I'm fired. I was so hyped up, and then it just got cut. Like, oh man, I'd say it's equivalent to someone getting an interception, running it all the way back, celebrating, and then someone knocks the ball out the 1 yard line. Oh my god, dude, I was so devastated. But luckily, I got all those shots were saved.
Yeah.
Nothing was ruined.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
Lose all that.
I was panicking. That was the first thing I checked once we got it back. I was like, check that footage. Because he was afraid that that drone got electrocuted and that the whole thing had been fried.
God.
Which I think if it was, he might have actually been mad. But
Yeah.
he was surprisingly super chill about it.
Mm-hmm. Man, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Get electrocuted.
Yeah. Dude, it was a bad experience.
Oh my god.
And like we were freezing like out there because it was snowing. Like it just got through snowing, and like the lake was kind of iced, so it was like really freaking cold.
Mm-hmm.
And for that drone, I have to use my actual fingers here and there to mess with some of the settings, like the aperture and ISO, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had my gloves off, and so like my hands are hurting and whatnot. Oh, my hands are hurting, so I'm like just kind of going through it all for these shots, and then for that to happen too, it's like fuck, hands are hurt for no reason now. Just ruin the shot. Yeah. I think it was like dead silence once it went and it was falling. I think all of us just kind of had a moment.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks. Yeah. This whole thing just got fucked.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Look what Riker did.
Yeah. But, yeah, it turned out great.
Damn.
Still got my job for now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still there. Yeah.
We're actually doing we're filming I think this weekend. If not this weekend, I think we're filming the beginning of next week.
Mm-hmm.
Some COVID PSAs. And I'm a superhero in this one.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I didn't write this one. My coworker / friend / partner, Bronson Harjo, he wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Man, you'll be the superhero for this?" I said, "Bring it on. Let's do it."
Any idea what you're gonna be wearing?
No. I don't know if he's got the costume yet or not.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's something super tight. I'm just kidding. I think it might just be probably just be some sort of tactical gear
Oh yeah.
and a mask, like a gas mask or
Tactical
something.
man.
Yeah. COVID man.
COVID man, yeah.
Super COVID.
Mr. 19. There we go.
Yeah.
Damn. You gonna film that this weekend? Maybe.
Maybe. Probably not, because we're supposed to go over the shot list last night, which is very important. To me anyway. I think having a shot list is crucial. But we didn't, so we might actually just go over that tonight. And if we can finish it, then we'll probably start filming tomorrow. But if not, then we'll probably just pick it up next week.
Yeah.
They've got like a lot of projects going on right now.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, you just say you're gonna be busy.
Yeah. Hopefully. I just got asked to audition for this TV show in Italy and Spain, and I did it. And so I'm hoping that I get some good news pretty soon. Because if I get that, then I'll be in Italy for about a year.
Wow. Damn, dude. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm fingers crossed for it. It's be a life-changing role for me anyway.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I was on a reservation in South Dakota, and my agent kept calling. Not my agent, my manager from LA kept calling me, and then he sent me a couple of emails like saying, "Call me ASAP. I don't care what time it is of the night to call me." So I was like, "Oh shit!" And I barely have any reception, so I saw that, and I was filming, so I left my phone in the car because I don't like having my phone on me when I'm working. Especially if I'm trying to get like a steady shot, which that day I was working with a 600 millimeter lens, which is a very long lens, and just the slightest shake will ruin the whole shot. So yeah, I kept my phone in the car because I didn't want to be disturbed. And then when I got back and I saw that, I was like, what the hell? So I called him. I thought he was going to tell me like hey man, why's your Twitter saying this? You could have got casted in something. I don't know. Like, not that I post any controversial shit or anything, but I thought it was like gonna be bad news.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, he's this casting director from Italy, from this Italian TV show, is interested in you and wants to know if you have a passport and if you'd be available to the States, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah. I was like, to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, all right, I'll get back to you. And it was the next day he sent me an audition script, which usually this whole process takes longer. I mean, I don't know if anyone else has got like a different experience than me, but typically my experience in acting is my agent or my manager will send me something, like a casting call,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say, yeah, I'm interested in it. I'd like to be submitted for it. So they submit me, and then it's like a week later, I'll hear, hey, you got an audition. I was like, all right, cool. The audition's due in a week. So, all right, cool. So that's a videotape audition, or, I had to go in person audition.
Mm-hmm.
And so do the audition, and usually it's like a month before I hear anything back. But on this one, he was hitting me up that day. I said, okay, yeah, I'm available. I got a passport. And then it's the very next day he sent me the audition and said, they want you to audition right now. They need it back by tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I was like, fuck, they're going quick. He said, yeah, they're going really fast. And so, I did it since I did. Now I'm just waiting. Damn. Like I did that just the other day.
Oh shit.
So hopefully I get it, man. It's a Native American bounty hunter.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to be a spaghetti western.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I get it.
I think you will.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, I'm not the only one auditioning for it. Yeah. They probably got a couple hundred people, if not 1,000, 2,000.
Mm-hmm. How do you think your audition went?
It went pretty well. I mean, like, the description of the character was, I thought it was a little bit, it wasn't really confusing. I felt like they beat their way around of saying having a stoic look, mm-hmm. like a mean stoic look. And, like, a lot of the characters' description, I guess, or his traits, his personality, is through his actions, not necessarily through his dialogue. And so the dialogue was very short, just 2 sentences, but there's a lot of action in it. There's looks, looks I got to give people, actions, little movements. And so that's what defines the character. Mm-hmm. And so it's different. Yeah, it's just a different type of audition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And me, I prefer doing auditions in person now. Mm-hmm. Like, I love reading off someone else that knows the script. Mm-hmm. And I don't like doing self-tapes.
Yeah.
Before, when I first started, like I said, how like nervous I was and the anxiety getting to me, I'd prefer a self-tape. Mm-hmm. But now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Because I feel like on self-tape, you can't... I feel like I can't. I'd rather perform in front of them. I feel like I get more of a connection when I'm in front of them performing.
Yeah. But now it don't matter.
Yeah. So hopefully they like it. Hopefully they want me.
I'm sure they'll like it, man. Mm. Yeah. I can see you as a bounty hunter in Italy.
Yeah. That'd be pretty dope.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder how we could watch it.
Dude, I have no idea. They've given me very little details about it.
Yeah, I'd be down to watch it. Shit.
They gave me a little bit of description about it, and it seems pretty intense. Basically, just everyone experiences some sort of traumatic thing throughout the whole thing. Everyone gets affected somehow. Everyone goes in one way, comes out another. No one goes in and out the way they. No one comes out the way they went in.
Really?
Yeah. So everyone gets affected in some way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a lot, but
yeah. I mean, it's just
very
a
top
little
secret.
bit. Yeah, a little bit of description I was given.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, so I want to do this.
That's cool, man. Fuck. Hope you get it. That'd be pretty dope. Shit.
Saving your man, and then if I do get it and come back, do another podcast.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
Yeah, for real.
For real, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Play by play. How many times I got knocked off a horse.
Well, this is Russell Sun Eagle with Okie Podcast, and My guest was Riker Six Killer. And Riker, do you want to tell how to follow you on social, or
Yeah, sure.
or if anyone wants to follow you, keep track of you?
My Instagram is where I post a lot of things, a lot of my work on my stories, and it's not necessarily my personal life. So it's Riker Six Killer, RYKERSIXKILLER. I don't think there's anyone else named Riker Six Killer on Instagram, so should be easy to find me. You'll see a picture of me holding a Merciless Indian Savages sign, and I'm slamming it onto Brock Lesnar's face.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm wearing American flag booty shorts. Is a picture that me and Ryan Redcorn did for the 4th of July. Yeah.
It's nice. Go check it out.
Yeah. If you wonder where the Merciless Indian Savages came from, look at the Declaration of Independence.
Yes. Do look at that.
You'll find that there.
Yeah. It's in there, everyone. He's not lying. I can back him up, too.
Yeah.
Man. Well, Riker, thank you. Thank you for coming on and being my first guest.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I'm glad I got to pop that cherry.
Yeah. Yeah. You did. It's popped.
It's fine. Hopefully I was gentle.
Yeah. Well, no. But man, I'm very appreciative, very thankful, man, and made time, man. I don't know how I could pay you back, but man, thank you.
No, it means
a lot.
I appreciate you bringing me on here, man.
It means a lot, man.
Same.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, until next time, peace.